And hey everybody, welcome back to Konversation with me, Rick,
and me, Naeem,
and these two wonderful looking guys. Believe it or not, we're actually at Babyface
Boxing. Okay.
Right?
Come on.
And it's also the home of West Coast Pro Wrestling. We had an opportunity to see these guys a couple of weeks back.
Yeah.
Dude,
This
a
guy.
lot of fun. Yeah, this guy was there.
He looks different without a shirt on, though.
So maybe we'll have him rip it off in a minute. So this is Starboy.
Yes.
You've been on TV at all or what? Not yet?
I think I was on the news when I was like 5 or something. So,
Wait, what happened at 5 that you on the news?
I was in the background. I wasn't really the subject.
Okay.
He was
And
like,
this
"What's
is
going on?"
Scotty. Scott, what do you do for West Coast, Scotty?
I'm the owner of West Coast Pro Wrestling.
Owner,
you are the
purveyor,
Babysitter.
babysitter.
Now, the reason why we know Scotty is because he had an opportunity to visit our home.
Physique
Over at
Magnifique.
Physique Magnifique. And it was really cool because he was like, hey, yeah, we're doing this wrestling. You're like, what? I love wrestling.
Actually, I had to clarify because he heard wrestling, he thought American wrestling. And then I was like, no, dude, this is your kind of wrestling, pro wrestling.
Pro wrestling.
He's like, what? Where'd he go?
Let's talk to him, right? So, this is a wonderful opportunity. You're all over the Bay Area?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in South San Francisco at the State Room, 306 Baden. And then we have a show coming up in 2 weeks at the United Irish Cultural
Is this
Center.
something you do on a weekly basis?
We do monthly. Monthly, yeah. Now we're starting to expand. We just announced like a half hour ago we have a Santa Cruz show. We're going to have a show in Fresno in October. So now we're going all over the Bay Area.
So let me ask you this, because when you and I talked when we were at the one of your events, you had said some of your wrestlers have actually been on TV.
Absolutely.
Now, who are some of those guys?
Vinny Massaro's been on television. Kevin Blackwood's been on television. Before the pandemic, we had Powerhouse Will Hobbs was a regular.
Right.
Alex Hammerstone, current MLW champion. Darby Allin, Luchasaurus.
Darby Allin?
Darby Allin, yeah. He's
Are you serious?
Yeah, he was with us, I think, for Never Say Die in 2019. A lot of the guys that you see.
Darby Allin is a big deal right now,
He's with
especially in AEW.
Even I know the name.
Okay, no, I didn't know if
And I'm not much into wrestling. But
dude.
I went to your show, man, and dude, the venue does not match the production. Like, the production was top notch. Like, it was great fucking
Dude, the
show.
thing that was tripping me out at that particular event, they had chandeliers on each side of the floor.
It's like part of the show now. People are like, "Don't touch the chandeliers." Every time, like Speedball, Mike Bailey, the guy in the clown suit, he's the only guy that ever made me almost throw up because I thought he was going to kick the chandeliers.
Oh, yeah, right.
So yeah, every show.
So I'll tell you this, all right? The day after I watched you guys' event, I go to work, and I have a good friend at work. He's a coworker. He's a real avid fan of wrestling. He goes, "I like the house shows better, this and that, whatever." And then I showed him the video. He goes, "Dude, is that Speedball?" Like, holy shit! I just saw him the other day. He was like,
Yeah,
This guy knew him.
he just won the X Division title for TNA Impact. He's on
Yeah,
contract
TNA.
with
That's
them
right.
now.
Yeah, he was like, "Dude, you know these guys?" I go, "Well, a little bit."
We just met the guy that put the show
Yeah, I
on.
know the owner. He's like, "Oh, dude, let me know when they're good." He goes, "I was going to go to the event, but I had to go volleyball with my daughters." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, next time I'll let you know."
So that show, funny that you mentioned Speedball. So there's like a rating system when it comes to wrestling. For a guy named Dave Meltzer, he's been like a wrestling journalist for the last 30 years ish. So he has like a 1 through 5 rating. It's very hard for you to even get rated. That one got a 4.75. So it's when you look at the list for 2022, AEW, WWE, New Japan, and I think we're the only independent wrestling company on there. So we're like we're putting out it's not a selling point, but it is a selling point. We legitimately put some of the best out. So
If you don't mind a little swearing from the audience, definitely come to one of the shows. Because
a little? That was not a little.
trying to play down.
we're rated R. We're definitely rated R.
Rated R.
But man, you guys have, I would dare say, a cult following.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
you have some hardcore fans.
Yeah, some of those fans knew exactly when to get up and move out of the way. Oh, this guy's gonna fly through here. They're all like,
We tell people, we're like, hey, when we say move, we're not saying it just to be funny about it. Like
these guys are gonna fly.
Yeah, they'll fly into the second row.
Dude,
Like,
you got some really good ring hands though, because they know the moment. Oh, the action's getting there.
Yep.
They're already at the corners waiting.
yeah, our students, set up the ring, tear down the ring. They're the security, they're the ushers. Our students do an amazing job making sure everyone's
Do you
good.
still do that?
I'm actually coaching the students right now. Me and Vinny was.
Wait, how old are you, Starboy?
I had to ask. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Starboy, how old are you? You don't look
17 and a half.
Yeah, 2.5.
I'm 19 now. So.
19.
When did you start doing this?
Man, I started doing this when I was like 10. Yeah.
You started
10.
wrestling at 10.
Were you doing
I
like
started training.
Were
Yeah.
you doing those guys like on YouTube that they jump off the backyard and into the fucking mom's kitchen table? And shit?
No, I was really training with some good coaches.
Oh, so you were actually
Yeah.
professionally trained by these guys.
Yeah, I was.
We didn't get to see you that night. I don't think we got to saw.
He was the main, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
why. Yeah, we didn't
event.
get to stay.
Unfortunately.
So did you win or lose?
Yeah.
Oh, I won. It was,
Of course.
Well, we got
it was my first match back.
You know,
like,
because some
broken
people
leg.
think wrestling is fake. So that's why I want to make
So your first match back from
broken leg. Yeah.
What?
I broke my tibia in October of last year
Doing a stunt,
doing a wrestling move.
doing wrestling. Right?
yeah. Come on now. Come
Oh,
on.
we can't call it a stunt.
Killing
So,
me.
huh?
Killing me.
Killer, yeah? No, hey, because obviously, folks, I have no clue.
That's okay.
And you got to correct us because that's why I was saying, because, I mean.
Get him.
Get him.
No. My thing about, because I've been watching wrestling since I was little, and I'm pretty old right now.
Since he had hair.
Yeah. I used to watch when Moondog Maine.
Well,
And those guys.
so his grandson, wrestles at our show, Nick Wayne.
What?
So Buddy Wayne, who is, and Nick Wayne. Nick Wayne was the kid that wrestled right before intermission, or was he right after?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, he
Right before.
wrestled.
That's Nick Wayne.
after
Yeah, that's
that.
his grandson. So
What?
he comes down from Seattle.
Yeah, no, we saw that
Dude,
one.
we're in the presence of royalty.
I think he
He's a
might
prince.
come. He might be there at July. He comes to the shows every once in a while when he can make
Really?
them. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how did you get that kind of clout that you can bring in these people? I mean, it's
A long time.
I was gonna say.
I won't
from
say a
that
long
huff,
time. It's not a long time.
A lot of effort.
A lot. Basically, when it came to this area, Northern California, it was a lot of not the highest quality. And then there's a lot of folks that kind of put a black eye on, wrestling when it
Right.
comes to, scamming people, not paying people and stuff like that.
Oh,
Right.
for real.
I've
Oh,
only
wow.
been in this for, I think, 4 years now. So,
Wait.
Yeah.
4 years and you've gotten to this point.
yeah.
and you're on the rankings.
Folks,
and
you gotta
what the hell,
support
dude?
this guy because
That's
seriously,
amazing.
Yeah. that is-
I had a lot of friends that were in the business,
Uh-huh.
and they just kept on asking, when are you going to do something, when are you going to do something, when are you going to do something, and I was just like,
so on the wrestler side or on the promotion side?
wrestler size. I don't get along with a lot of promoters, just because for a lot of different reasons, I'm not going to go
But
into,
you used
but-
to wrestle.
Whoa.
No, actually,
You
so
never wrestled.
real fast, right up the street, there was this place called the Gold Mine. That's where I met everybody.
We're in Terra Nova, by the way.
Yeah, so this is Terra Nova, right up the street on Odstead, on the right. There's like that little school up there.
Yeah.
In there was a wrestling school that was ran by Sparky Ballard, who's now a part of what we're doing here. And I went to wrestling school. I never wanted to be a wrestler. I just wanted to do the promotion. I just wanted to do the booking. And then I just told him, I was like, I want to do the back end. I'm like 5'7", 5'6". No one's gonna pay to see this. I'm a thinker, not a doer. You know what I mean? So, so we get going with that. And my first show that we had was right up the street, actually.
Really?
October 13th, 2018. And
Yeah,
then,
everyone was telling me this is where you started in this
yeah.
area.
So I'm very much like a hardhead when it comes to the Bay Area. So like all of our shows are named after like old Bay Area rap albums and stuff like
noticed
that.
that.
Yeah.
Like, where do you get this title from?
So I got the opportunity because I had a list of people I wanted to work with that I saw something really great in when it came to the area.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times you would see a lot of like guys get brought in that are old WWE guys and they'd come and crush the local guys, and it was just like, I hated seeing that shit, and most of the time I had to drive to Los Angeles to see anything really good. And I had a really good understanding of what I wanted to see, so I put it out. So Charlie was on the list, Will Hobbs was on the list. There's a
Now,
whole bunch
how
of
do you
people on
find
there.
a young man like this to?
Well, he trained up the hill.
Oh, so he was already there.
So with Sparky,
Dude, that's crazy.
9 years.
Yeah.
man, 9 years.
I was like, I think he was 16, 17 at the time. So I was like, all right, let's just do it. And then I think we went crazy with it. And we had a really good rivalry, and we still do because they hate each other. But him and Titus Alexander do not get along at all.
You don't like Titus?
Titus.
So that's a real thing then.
It's one of the weirdest parts about wrestling is that sometimes life imitates art.
Oh, of
So
course,
sometimes
yeah.
if you're a promoter or a booker and you see somebody where you kind of could get an idea that they really don't get along
Right.
really well in real life,
You work that.
you run with it. And
That's cool.
That's just what that is.
Okay, so and I have to ask then, because what I saw that evening was just a lot of mastery when it came to working with each other. Because you have to have a lot of trust
A lot
with the
of
person
trust.
across from you to sell what you're doing, but have the athleticism to actually, not die.
That's the
So
important thing.
how do you deal with that when you really have somebody that you don't like in front of you, but you have to go through the script, you have to go through the process and the show itself. How do you handle that?
Sometimes you just gotta force yourself to trust somebody, as much as you hate them.
And he brings brass knuckles just in case.
So you trust the process, not so much the person.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you gotta have trust in wrestling. If you don't put trust in your matches, like someone's gonna get hurt.
Dude,
shit's gonna hit the fan.
1 inch to one side, and somebody's being dropped on their neck.
Well,
Or
Big
their
E.
leg.
I mean,
Or their-
oh, shit.
so that's what happened, huh?
Yeah, you remember
Nah,
Big
that's
E, right?
crazy.
I mean, that happened to
Yeah.
him just.
That was
recently.
an accident.
I mean, obviously an accident, but that's crazy. Too.
The number one, the first rule of wrestling is protect your opponent.
Protect the guy that you
make
play.
sure that you're safe. You know what I mean? Of course, this is not a cakewalk. There are injuries.
no.
There's
Yeah.
physicalities to it. You can't be soft in this sport at all.
Oh,
you cannot do it. It's
Even the
not-
women. I
The
mean,
women-
you would think,
so,
yeah, but
okay,
some of
so-
the things that they do is fucking crazy.
Our
Yeah,
women,
especially
ooh,
the women, man.
yeah.
They
Yeah,
gotta,
right?
They gotta go way harder than the guys.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The women, some of the best matches I've seen were with women.
We have
You
a
know.
really strong women's division, if you want to call it that. We have Masha Slamovich. We had Debbie Malenko, who was, if you guys know, who
Yeah, I know.
Luthez is.
Yeah.
Not Luthez.
No.
Dean Malenko.
No.
Dean Malenko is a fucking legend.
Who trained Suzuki? Gotch. Carl Gotch. Carl Gotch trained Debbie Malenko. Debbie Malenko was the only person that Carl Gotch ever trained. That's as far as a woman goes.
Wow.
We have some hitters. There's definitely been injuries that we've had in the women's matches, how they've been dropped. It's their matches again are a lot more rough to watch because they fold. It's not a joke. It's Masha. Masha is on a completely different level. We have on August 18th and 19th, we have the West Coast Cup. It's Thursday and Friday.
Okay, because
Yeah.
my eldest was like, dude, I wanted to see girls fight.
So,
That's the way we're going.
she's the only female entrant. She's actually going to wrestle men. She's a beast.
Wow.
She's
I have to be there.
Yeah.
My oldest would love seeing a woman just
Yep.
dominate.
She her goal is to basically, and I'm not trying to speak for her. I'm just going to only from the conversations we had. It's just she wants to break down the barriers again because China did it, and we all know some tough ass women.
Beth
We
Phoenix.
definitely do. Right. So, I mean, it could if it translates well, and it's if you met Masha, you'd know. She's not a punk by any means.
So this isn't a business for you. This is a work of love.
I own 5 businesses, and this is I put everything into this. This is it.
That's cool.
That's it.
Wow.
I work from here. I work from home. Whatever. But
Well, let's
Dude, you
24
were
hours a
working
day.
when you stopped by
Yeah,
earlier today.
he popped up the computer right over his head.
and just started. Are
Right.
you going? No. Okay.
My biggest my goal is to get this guy signed, guys like Vinny signed, and all that other stuff. For me, I love this. This is
Now,
the
let me ask
passion
you
project.
this: what does it take to get somebody signed in the upper echelons?
It's nothing that I never will take credit for what I do.
Right.
These guys are already honed in. It's just getting eyes on them. You know what I mean?
getting-
Doing
yeah.
stuff like this, or promoting the shit out of your shows and things like that. Getting them to the spotlight. And right now, a lot of our guys are being seen, not just nationwide, but
Right.
right now we're editing the video from the Takeshita and
Right.
Speedball match without announcers because we're going to be playing it on Wrestling Universe in Japan. So now people in Japan know who we are because of who we've brought in
Right.
and stuff like that.
Dude,
Dude, yeah,
Takeshita was-
it's a big deal in Japan, isn't it?
Japan still has a higher level of respect for pro wrestling, and we do here as well. But
Right.
they still report it on the news type
Right.
stuff. Wrestling's always been cool. It's just
Yeah.
my goal is to get eyes on them and make wrestling look dope. I want people to get involved in them again. That's why we allow cussing. That's why we kind of, life sucks right now. You know what I mean? For a lot of people, and I
so
think
you
can't
you gotta move with the
Dude,
times.
like you gotta put some emotion.
I'll tell
into
you
it.
flat out, I'm not much of a fan when it comes to wrestling, but after your show, I'm a fucking fan.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
And maybe I'm just
I
a
think
fan
we all
for
appreciate
shows.
that.
Well, because like you said, everybody, you can't help but not get caught up in the energy.
Yeah.
That,
And that's what
the
it is.
people on stage and everybody else supporting them. Like, I'm rooting for people. I've never met this man
Yeah.
before. I've never seen him before. I don't know his name, but I'm chanting. I'm like, wait, why the hell am I chanting all of a sudden? And you get
You
wrapped
get
up in
emotionally
it.
involved into it.
So the cool thing, like I was watching your event, right, and on the tag team match,
Yes.
they were doing stuff that you never even see on TV.
There's a.
I mean, I saw some moves that they
lot
had the
of
guy
those,
up
yeah.
in the air, and then the guy comes from behind him and kicks him in the back of the head while his legs are. I was like,
Yep.
oh shit! I've
That's
never seen that.
the West Coast Wrecking Crew, Jarrell Nelson and Royce Isaacs.
Yeah,
they're
they were doing-
facing the Motor City Machine
Yeah,
Guns
yeah.
July 8th.
Wow.
Them two are on New Japan Strong. They've been featured in New Japan wrestling shows.
Wow.
They've gone all over the country. They've done stuff with PWG. They're probably one of the best tag teams in the country if you really want to. But I'm happy they're on the West Coast, clearly. And then they wrestled against Alpha Zoe and Midas Creed, who is they're local. They're Sacramento, Napa, basically.
Right.
Stuff in the area, you know what I mean?
No, those guys,
They do
Yeah.
a great job. Like you get invested.
They
Dude,
work
that,
well
that one
together.
Japanese guy,
Which,
the Japanese guy, I think it was like
Takeshita?
Takeshita?
Yeah, Takeshita.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yep.
that guy was
he's
crazy.
he's on excursion right now, so he's staying in Florida.
Uh-huh.
And Speedball worked in this promotion in Japan called DDT, which is a very.
So he got him to come down.
Yeah, I got his info. And we were coming back from the Oregon show, and I was like, no one's looked this match in America. It's the first time they met in America. Not met, but like had a
Right.
match in America. And I was like, yes, go do it.
dude,
And
I was shocked at how tall that man is.
Yeah,
everyone was. You know what I mean? Like everyone, because you always.
I mean he towered over everybody.
What ends up happening is you see Takeshita,
Yeah.
whether it be on TV, and then or you see him live, and then you're a fan of Takeshita.
Yeah,
Same thing.
I was rooting
Yeah,
for
he
him
was
so much.
pretty
Like,
crazy.
Speedball was really cool, and I love his moves, but I was like, dude, I was chanting Takeshita
Hope to
all
have him
night.
back. Maybe Starboy will wrestle him one day.
Yeah, dude,
One
that'd
day
be pretty
next week.
that'd be sick.
One day next week.
Great.
All right, well, and then, so now that we kind of talked about that part, I want to talk to you about what does it take physically? What is a training regimen for a wrestler like yourself? Because I want people to understand there ain't fake about it.
I mean, for me, it's like cardio.
Uh-huh.
And I hit the weights and stuff too, but you gotta have good cardio, or so you're just gonna be so tired in your match, you're just gonna straight up pin you right there. Like you're not gonna be able to get up.
Uh-huh.
But a lot of people are different, you know. Everyone's training regimen's different. So I don't know.
Dude, I heard you guys do belly flops on the ring, like until people are throwing up. Hitting the
Oh
ropes.
yeah, yeah. That'll be my students, man.
I've gone through that already.
He's like, I'm probably that made somebody else do it instead of me.
Run those ropes.
Right?
Wow.
But why that? Well, what does that then translate into the ring? Or how does that translate into the ring?
You just want to be in as good shape as you can, because you know you want to give the fans, you know, the best of you.
Right.
You don't want to be out there sloppy and
Sluggish.
lazy and
Like,
sluggish.
yeah.
You really want them to see you as if you're in like you're fighting somebody, you know, fighting for your life.
Right.
And I just, you know, you never want to disappoint the fans.
Okay.
So it really is about the fans then.
It really is, yeah.
Yeah, I
Never
mean-
not been about the fans.
Well,
Like,
yeah, I mean, even
I
back
think-
in the old days, you know, during the black and white TV days, I mean, it was always about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say like the fans are a huge driving force of what we do. I mean, obviously we've all been fans. Anyone that sits there and tell you they weren't a fan and they do this, I don't know what the hell's going on.
Right.
But,
I
yeah.
know that. Yeah, I've always
You know what I
watched
mean?
it, like I
It's-
said, way back.
It's
Cow
very
Palace days.
absolutely.
Oh, Cal
Yeah.
Palace.
Yeah.
Cow Palace there's a rich history for
Yeah, in
San
Cow Palace,
Francisco
oh,
wrestling
my-
that
yeah.
you know, Ray Stevens and, you know,
Yep.
High Chief Peter Maivia. There's a lot
Yep.
that happens when it
Moondog
comes to
Maine, Junkyard Dog.
100%.
Haystack Calhoun, when he was over there, he was people are like, what, he's going to be there? We're going.
Going right. So, It's a trip. We just try to do the best that we can for the fans, to be honest.
Dude, that's awesome.
As me as a promoter, for them, definitely, they got to stay in the right shape. Cardio.
Right.
Starboy, when did you realize this was something? I mean, 10 years old. I mean, what the hell are you doing?
Isn't your dad
Yeah.
boxing?
Yeah.
My mom, she's a boxing coach here.
Your mom too?
Yeah, she was a kickboxer. My dad, he's a black belt, so he's coaches here too. But I knew I wanted to do wrestling like ever since like I think like 3rd grade. You know, I became a big fan of John Cena.
Oh no! You're that kid.
He went viral.
I'm still a fan of John Cena too.
Yeah.
I'll admit that.
You think he's going to come back and do a couple of more shows?